Hey, it's me, Slay by Jordan. The company we are working with today is Yolissa Hair. They sent over this highlight body wave 13 by 4 lace frontal wig in 24 inches, 180% density. We're here with my girl Reese B. I'm going to show you guys how to do an install over Locs. You're going to need some rubber bands, and then you're just going to need your hands. So you're going to part the hair down the middle. It won't be perfect, but just part it as closely as you can get it. Take a small to medium section, and you're just going to start braiding. But you're not going to regular overhand braid. You're going to under braid, or what some may call French braid. You're going to braid where you cross the two side pieces over the middle piece instead of going under, and that way the braid sits directly on the scalp and is almost hidden instead of like how it normally sits on top of the scalp. Everything is like enclosed, and that makes a flatter base for your install, especially when you're doing locks. It also makes a flatter base for your hair when you're doing when the hair is just loose and regular as well. But definitely with locks, you definitely want to always under braid. Do not regular braid with locks. It's gonna look humpy and lumpy. Under braid, that's the key. That's the secret to how I get my wig so flat with the locks. I just under braid. And instead of grabbing each previous braid into the next, I leave all the ends loose and just tie them with a rubber band to secure them from coming unloose. And then I'm going to show you guys in the end how I bring them all together and still keep that flat base. You're done. You should have about 8 to 10 braids collectively. So now I'm going to take about 3 braids, and I'm taking my blonde thread, and I'm going to sew them across the nape of her hairline in the back. And I like to use blonde thread because you can clearly understand and see what is thread and what is a lock. That way when someone is taking this out, or if she's taking this out, she know what is thread and what is actually her hair. We are trying to preserve the locks in the hair by all means. So I like to do this preventative measure. That way my clients or whomever is taking out the install doesn't cut their hair, because we hate that. Once I sew that first side to the other side, and I'm going to grab the other side and sew that on the bottom underneath that as well. So I just sew one side to the next, and then sew that side to the other side. And that's how I get my flat foundation for my locks. I do the same breakdown for everybody who has locks, and I connect them in the back like this, and it just works. And this is how it looks once it's done. As you can see, it's flat with the majority of the hair at the nape, which is perfectly fine. And we're good to go to do our ball cap, and we did that off camera. I'm using my Ruby Kisses Level 16, the lightest shade in the palette. I've already added it to her cap, and I'm going to add it to the lace on this wig. I think the lace on this wig is like transparent. It looks like it wants to be HG, but I think it's transparent. After I applied the makeup, I sprayed the freeze spray on the lace and just blow dried it. And now we're going to position the wig on her head. We're going to proceed to sew that wig down, making sure we sew the bottom of that wig underneath the bottom of that cap, so that cap is fully hidden. And if the wind blows, all you see is the hair. You don't see none of the cap, none of her locks. Everything is fully secured. Lately, I've been cutting off the ear tabs after I glued the wig down. This is not going to be like my new technique or anything. It's just like sometimes I cut the excess off after I glue it down. Sometimes I cut it off before. It just depends on how I'm feeling in my mood. But I did want to add that in there, that I did do that. If y'all caught that. I also want to add that I took this wig fresh out the box and just installed it. The only thing I did was pluck the hairline. I did not wash this wig. I didn't condition it. I didn't tone it. I didn't change the color. I didn't bleach the knots. I didn't do anything but take the wig fresh out the box and pluck it. And I installed it. After her layers are dry and after we tied her lace down for 10 minutes with the elastic band, I'm proceeding to cut off her excess lace. Yes, you're going to see a white cast because we need to add more makeup, but don't worry, I'm going to get it to blend. I'm going back in with my Ruby Kisses Over 16 again just to get rid of that cast. And then we're going to separate out our baby hairs and spray the lace with our hairspray and tie it down with our elastic band. So I did feel like the ends of this wig were a little thin, so I went ahead and gave this hair a cut. I cut it to like a long, medium length type of hairstyle, added some layers throughout, and this is where we are. So now I'm taking her elastic band off. We're going to cut her baby hairs and curl them and then swoop them into place and tie them down using our wrap strips. And then we're going to proceed to curl. And now I'm using my T3 1.5 inch curling iron on the second to highest heat setting. I never use my T3 irons on the hottest setting because it be so hot, it literally be burning the hair. So I always put it on like the fourth dot, which is the second to highest heat setting. And it does perfectly without burning the hair. And we're just going to curl it and pin as I do normally. We're curling everything away from the face.
all depend. They get them, I know it. I know it. Make you no say anything when you do, they must commend it. I can't come and see myself. So anything when you do, I do try to do to me. Plenty, so far we be face. Just to make sure money, yeah. But my people, they go say, I know one time, I know one time, I know one time. I want enjoy, I want job life, I want buy motor, I want build house, I still want to know. Tell me, what's it come? G-Wagon, all the bend, they get them, right? I know feet, die for nothing. What's it come? G-Wagon, all the bend, they get them, right? I know, only what I thought. This one I gotta do with the jabata. Me, I no get time, I did jabata. Dada cover my face, calling me jabata. Big man, wait, don't you get jabata. Tell me, what's it come? G-Wagon, all the best. They get them, right? I know feet, die for nothing. What's it come? G-Wagon, all the best. They get them, right? I know feet, die for nothing. Make you no say anything when you do, they must commend it. I can't come and see myself. So anything when you do, I do try to do to me. I can't come and see myself. Plenty, so far we be face. Just to make sure money, yeah. But my people, they go say, I know one time, I know one time, I know one time. I want enjoy, I want job life, I want buy motor, I want build house, I still want to know. Tell me, what's it come? G-Wagon, all the bend, they get them, right? I know feet, die for nothing. What's it come? G-Wagon, all the bend, they get them, right? I know, only what I thought.
And I sprayed my Sebastian Shaper Plus on the hair after I finished curling each side. Her baby hairs are dry. I did sit her up under the dryer for like an additional 10 minutes just to make sure everything was dry. And then, I fixed them off camera to my liking, combing them out, cutting them down some more, and then spraying hairspray and laying them back down. All that good jazz. Now we're taking out our pin curls, and then we're going to hot comb the hair just to make sure it's going in the direction that we want. Then we're going to comb those curls out, and baby, we're going to have a final look. And don't be afraid to go back in and add some more layers, honey. Layers just make the hair pop, honey. It is nothing wrong with cutting your wig. I highly recommend it, okay? Period. And you can't even tell she got locks underneath this wig. It's laying so flat. It looks so good. It's not humpy. It's not lumpy. It just looks amazing. And then this color, this is her first time trying this type of color, y'all. And she was so geek. I literally gave her a whole transformation. I took her from beautiful to beautiful. Because I hope you know, with the locks, just regular free flowing how they are, it's beautiful as well. And if you want to put a wig on, that's beautiful too. Make sure you check the description box below for all the details and information. I thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. And turn the notification bell. Goodbye.